Welcome. This is Bat to the Bins. I'm your host, Mr. B. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back, and if you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. This is a comic book collecting channel, and I'm a comic collector. These Sunday videos are intended to showcase the books I picked up this past week at my local comic shop. I've got a pull list, so I'm pretty familiar with what's happening in comics today. I love digging through the dollar bins, and I love digging through the back issue bins. So, if that sounds interesting to you, and you'd like to join me on my journey back to the bins, why don't you take a look over here, and I'll show you what I picked up. Alright, and like I said, these are the books I picked up this past week at my local comic shop, 204 Comics in Winnipeg, and as per usual, we start in alphabetical order, and that takes us to The Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue number 68. This right here is the Mark Buckingham A cover. I love seeing Spidey drawn like this, a bit more round. This is very classic Spidey, and I'm just here for it. For an A cover, I always get the ASM A cover. This is a beautiful A cover. I gotta say, I'm gonna say this has got potential for cover of the year. We're starting strong today already, folks. We've got the X-Men, we've got Magneto, we've got Magic, we've got Juggernaut. Like, come on, and a classic-looking Spider-Man. I also really love the blue trade dress. Not something you see too often on an Amazing Spider-Man title. That is fantastic. And of course, we only got 2 more issues before we say goodbye to this particular run and this particular creative team. So, very cool. And of course, for every Amazing Spider-Man cover, there is a variant that one must have. This is the Federico Vincentini variant. I really like this when I saw it on League of Comic Geeks, when I pulled it. I was a little concerned about the way Spidey's head is just kind of straight down like that. It looks like it's slightly smashed in, at least the optics for me. Now, he is facing Juggernaut, so it's a possibility. But there's just something really awkward about that particular way the face is shaped, and I kind of thought in the back of my mind that maybe this would get fixed, or that it was just sort of preliminary with what I was seeing on League of Comic Geeks, but no. This is the intention. So I'm a little put off by it, but I also kind of like it because it gives it a weird animation style. So we're going with it, and we always love a good Spidey variant, so still happy. Oh, here we go. Over to DC, and a contender, folks. I mean it, a contender for cover of the year. This is Batgirl issue 5, the David Talaski A cover. Another beautiful A cover, and one worthy of cover of the year. This is Batgirl. Look at that. You can see her behind those beautiful blue flowers. I don't know if those are real flowers or not, like what kind of flowers they're supposed to be, but it's gorgeous. And this has got such presence. It just commands your attention. Look at her. She's just fantastic. I love the stitching around the mouth. I think that's so cool and so unnecessary. I just really love Batgirl, and I love the way this is looking. This has been a really fun book so far as well. This is a limited series, so if you're interested, you can probably get it still via back issues. Super cool. Like to see that. This is a relatively big week as well, folks, and I feel like I'm just going to putt through it, so bear with me. We also got the variant cover for Batgirl issue 5. This is the Kevin Wada variant. And I like seeing the unmasked Batgirl. I think that's great. I love the flames. I love the red. Beautiful, beautiful cover. This could also be something that you could see as a Virgin variant. I think this would be really cool. Love it. Very cool. And I'm not familiar at all with Kevin Wada, so I'm going to look into that because that's indicative of the style I'm in. Keeping with DC, and of course with all of the great DC heroines, we've got Birds of Prey issue number 19. This is the Dan Panosian A cover. This is good. This is so good. Is this the A cover? Or is it the B cover? I'm a little confused. I'm going to double check that. I kind of think we've already had the A cover. Oh, no, this is a connecting variant. Yes, this is still the A cover. Man, I was confused there. Sorry. So yes, this is the Dan Panosian A cover. This is part of a connecting variant, which we got a couple of weeks back, or a month back. Love Panosian's work. like basically my 3 favorites of Birds of Prey, although I love them all, but man, Barda, she's so awesome. And for every Birds of Prey, there is a variant cover, and here we have Birds of Prey, issue 19, the Jenny Frison International Women's Day variant. So happy International Women's Day to all who celebrate. It was yesterday, and nice that DC can put these out like on time, as opposed to these issues we've been having with distribution with Marvel. We wouldn't have gotten them in time. So nicely done, and I love Jenny Frison. I love Black Canary. This is great. This is so cool. Excited about that. Oh yeah, and this was something that was delayed because of the distribution issues, but right here we've got Captain America and Volstagg, issue number 1, the Mark Brooks animated variant. I mean, come on, are you kidding me? Caps almost never looked better. We got Black Widow looking amazing. Again, I want to see this cartoon as well. These two in a cartoon, a duo, so good. This would be fantastic. Here we go. I'm not going to fool you. Don't worry about that. Look at that, though. Here we have Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, issue number 1, originally released in February of 1964. This, of course, the 2025 facsimile. So this thing has got everything going for it. It's a Jack Kirby cover, Stan Lee writing, and Steve Ditko did the inks on this. It's the Holy Marvel trio right here. I never knew that Ditko was involved with this at all. Had no clue. I am stoked that Marvel's doing this. Look at this cover. We got the Fantastic Four on there. We got Spider-Man on there. And we've got Yellow Suit Daredevil. Doesn't get any better than that. I love it. Super stoked to have that part of the collection. Yeah, this book is, a grail. Am I right? Keeping with Marvel and the first family of Marvel, here we have Fantastic Four, issue number 29. Joshua Cassara, a cover. Fantastic. We have got Dr. Doom on the cover, so we call this Doom Patrol. Love it. Got She-Hulk. A lot of things going on here. I am so stoked for the movie. I am stoked for whatever Doom's going to be doing in the Marvel Universe. I'm glad that Doom and the Fantastic Four are here. This is such a great, great comic book. Everything Fantastic Four is fantastic. Love it. Much like all the other great comics today, every one of them must come with a secondary cover. Here we have Fantastic Four, issue number 29, the Eric M. Gist variant. More Doom Patrol action. Whatever's going on here, Doom is doing something to the FF. Who knows? Love it. Super cool. Can't get enough of it. Doom hype is real. Oh yeah, here we go. The independent stuff. This is one of my favorite books. This is Hello Darkness. This is issue number 8, and we got a Dan Mora variant. How cool is that? This book, for me, has been delivering the whole way through. I see lots of people kind of not liking it very much, saying that the stories aren't that good, it's not scary, what have you. I think it's a really fun anthology series that gets to dig around a little bit and do some funny things, do some weird things for 6 or 7 pages. I don't know. Dig into it. It's cool. Here's another book I really liked out of Marvel. I only have read issue number 1, but issue number 2 is around the corner. This is Hellhunters, issue number 3, and that's a Jonas Scharf cover A. A lot of cover A's for a variant cover guy. There's a lot of cover A's here, but this is fantastic. I love the completely destroyed company of bad guys, and of course that awesome. It's a sunset, I guess, but it also kind of looks like an A-bomb explosion, and I love Bucky with his machine gun blowing bubbles. Super awesome. I love a good World War II comic, and this has been a lot of fun, or at least the first issue was a lot of fun. Back over to some independent stuff. Look at this. I love this. This is really cool. Very nice. This is Moon Man, issue number 7, and that is the Federico Bertoni Virgin variant. And Moon Man still suffering a little bit because of just the bad taste it left in my mouth for the first 7 issues of sort of inconsistent delivery. It's getting better, but I highly doubt I'm going to just work my way through this whole series unless it's limited. We're getting close to 10. I'm going to feel it out then in terms of how I feel about story and stuff. Art's getting better for sure. The covers have always been fantastic, but we're going to see. I might go for 10 issues. If it's a little bit better, if it does a little bit better, I might go the full 12. But we will be dropping this at some point. It just rubbed me the wrong way. And that's too bad. Because I think it had a lot of potential. A neat twist to a bit of a superhero story. And then here we've got, from the independent shelves, from Dark Horse, this is Nightclub 2, issue number 6. That is the Juan Ramirez cover. This is the final issue, folks. And a lot of people love this title, and I think if you're into vampires and superheroes and sort of teenage drama, etc., this is a book that's been happening for the last 2 years in 2 volumes that you've been sleeping on. I highly recommend this. Super cool. Love the artwork as well. Look for it. The trades are out there. I showed you that a couple of weeks back. Super cool. And glad to finally get the final issue. This was supposed to come a while back. Here we have, this is so good. This is the 9 Lives of Salem. I suppose I should say Chilling Adventures Presents, but this is the 9 Lives of Salem issue number 1, a Robert Hack variant. Robert Hack is doing the covers for The Loose End as well. He's doing all those homage covers to various films. He was the guy who did the Reservoir Dogs homage, one of the 2 Reservoir Dog homages that I showed you. But this is absolutely awesome. I had pulled this probably maybe even last year, but maybe even the year before. But at some point this got delayed. And I think this is supposed to come out more around Halloween, and whatever just kind of fell out and it didn't come out. Well, it came out now, and I'm super stoked to see this. I can't wait to see what the artwork looks like. And I really loved the Sabrina show. Not the 90s one or the 2000s ones, but the Netflix one. I really liked that program. And I'm looking forward to reading this. I've been reading a bit of that Archie stuff, and looking forward to that. Oh yeah, here's something. I'm a big Star Wars fan. It's as old as I am, or I'm as old as it is. This is Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, issue number 1, a Brian Stelfreeze variant. Maybe not the best of the Star Wars films, but I absolutely love this cover. And I love Star Wars so much that I'm just going to get these, page through them, read them maybe, or just appreciate the artwork on the outside, because I think this is a beautiful, beautiful cover. I would say it is contender for cover of the year. The only thing that I wish was a little bit different is that, we've got a ship here. We've even got Leia, which is great. And we've got the regular cast, but then we've got another image of Rey here, and I wish that this was either even like BB-8 or a different character, I wish he wasn't there twice. Maybe I'm nitpicking on that, but it would have been nice to have some droid presence, I think, more than anything. But yeah, love this, beautiful cover, and it's already been 10 years since The Rise of Skywalker. I think I saw it opening night, too. Still with Marvel, here we've got everybody's favorite web-slinger book. This is The Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 14. That's the Marco Cicchetto A cover. Of course, we've got Kraven on the cover alongside Spider-Man. Super cool. Love the style of these covers. Cicchetto always does great work, and Spider-Man looks fantastic here, as does Kraven. Super cool. I guess that's Ultimate Kraven. And speaking of which, have a look at this. Easily a contender for cover of the year. Once again, Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 14, the Gerardo Sandoval Ultimate Special variant. Hi, I'm so stoked on this. The only thing I wish I had done was pulled the other one that was a part of this. I think it was Sandman, and I didn't. I missed it. I think there's also a Mysterio one. That may have been missed too, but whatever. I took a chance on this one. The cover wasn't shown yet, and I just pulled it because I was just curious what it was going to look like. Awesome. Love that. Colors are great. Image is fantastic. This is super cool. In keeping with the Ultimate Universe, here we have one of my favorite books right now, as for a lot of people as well. Ultimate X-Men issue number 12. the Peach Momoko variant. You know we love Peach Momoko around here. I'll always get her variant covers for her own title, and this is just spectacular. I'm thinking maybe cover of the year. I just love the details around here. It's just fantastic. The imagery is beautiful. The color, the tone, it's awesome. I love it. Super cool. Well, that's everything, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And how about we get back to the real world, shall we? Well, that was a great stack of books. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. And if you did, why don't you like, comment, and subscribe? It really helps to build the channel, and I'd love to develop a community of people who just really love comics. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you next week. And until then, remember, comics are good.